Welcome back to Common Agenda. This week marks the beginning of the end of this semester. Posters advertising quiet hours are up, and the dining hall has announced its famous late-night breakfast. The impending finals also bring a lot of stress. Between busy schedules and unhealthy dining options, here are the top 5 ways Emerson is sabotaging your health. Number 1, ECAPS. Every college student knows the struggle of finals month. Those late-night Canvas crashes, the shoeless run down to the LB Dunkin' Donuts, and the debilitating anxiety. Fortunately, here at Emerson, we have ECAPS, the Psychological Services Department, which now has a dog. Hooray! Be sure to promptly sign up for an appointment and you'll be ushered into the doc's office in about a month. With the high demand for the dog and the high prevalence of anxiety, ECAPS can barely meet the demands. You'd think that improving the services might be a high priority, but hey, at least every 3 months you can pet a dog for 2 minutes in the library, or a rabbit if you're really lucky. One can only hope that these last few weeks hip-hop the heck along before we all curl up into fetal positions. Number 2, the dining services. Emerson's dining hall is easy to make fun of, which is exactly why we do it so often. Other college students worry about gaining the freshman 15, but we here at Emerson face a much graver threat to our health: Sodexo. It even sounds like an evil corporation. So, if you say you had plans to start eating healthy before coming to Emerson, your love handles tell a different story. And whether you've got legitimate health issues or you just like rubbing your veganism in everyone's face, we've got you covered. For our 5 million vegetarian students, we offer crunchy salads, fresh greens, and vegan bowls, made out of real vegans. Sure, you could drop a fat wad of cash on some food from a local restaurant or a grocery store, or better yet, just make your entire diet out of junk food from the C-store. Speaking of which, don't forget to spend those board bucks. If you let them sit there until the end of the semester, it'll get absorbed into the mysterious theater renovation project. Number 3, the fitness center. With renovations in motion in Little Building, the gym has moved to 52 Summer Street, a sad little building that doesn't even appear on Google Maps. There are a lot of problems with the gym, and I could go on for hours, but first, let's vent a little bit about the location. When the gym was in Little Building, it was easy to roll out of bed, walk down the street, or simply downstairs if you lived in LB, and run on the treadmill for 10 minutes before class. You started your day happy, healthy, and ready to take on the world, but now you have to walk past Paramount into Downtown Crossing and go to this sketchy side door next to the sandwich restaurant that looks like a front for a drug ring. When I was touring Emerson, I was specifically told that the farthest I would have to walk would be Paramount. These are alternative facts. Now, when it's cold out, you stand on the corner of Tremont and Boylston, practically being blown over with the harsh winds, thinking to yourself, wow, if the gym was still in LB, I would be awkwardly finding a place to do stretches without embarrassing myself in front of the guys' basketball team by now. Those were the days. Number 4, again, the fitness center. If you've taken yoga at the gym lately, you may have noticed you've been hearing the sounds of weights dropping faster than you can say namaste. How can one de-stress from all the projects, ecom nightmares, and stabbings on Boylston when there's no separate closed room to practice yoga? The only way to combat this is for yoga instructors to blast their music, but sometimes it doesn't even come across like a yoga class. It's more like a mix between a nightclub and an 80s workout tape. Either way, there needs to be a sacred space for the de-stressing yogis and the wannabe VMA jocks who are trying to be as buff as possible. Number 5, and finally, the fitness center. Hey kids, what's the best way to live an active and healthy lifestyle? Get up, get moving, hit the gym and get some exercise. Oh, but with quiet hours at the new location, you can only do so between the hours of 2 and 5 with a free period between 3:34 and 3:47 every third Tuesday. And on all other days, you can use the gym between 5 and 7, but only after you've been present for a period of 30 minutes between 2 and 5, but not at 4. If you want to use the weights, you can only do so on nights of a waxing gibbous moon when the temperature is approximately at or below 70 degrees. Next week on Common Agenda, why aren't Emerson students exercising? Well, now you know all the ways that Emerson is slowly killing you, this week anyway. Thanks for joining me on this week's Top 5. Here's Jacob Nachin with Extreme Makeover Dorm Edition and this week's Emersonian Buzz.